All right, guys. So, welcome. This is our getting started right call for September. And I like to do this call because success leaves clues. And you guys coming in as new coaches, whether or not you want to just be a discount coach or whether you want to earn your products every month or earn a little bit of side income, or if you want to actually grow and earn a substantial income like I plan and be a business builder like me and replace your full-time income. It's important that you have all this information right out the gate, because this is stuff that I didn't have when I first started, and I wish I did, because I would have done some things differently. So I want to just kind of pay it forward to you guys, the stuff that I wish I knew. So at this point, you all should have received a new coach info email from me that directed you over to, our coach questionnaire and then our new coach training. I just created a brand new coach training, in our new coach training group that is broken down specifically into different units to help. Like, I know a lot of us are, we are self-sufficient, we are individual learners, and I know for me it's really easy for me to just like get overloaded with information. So this way is you can go through each topic in your own time, and there's a little bit of a call to action for each pod, like each unit, so that way when you get through that, then you will know that we're on the same page. We can set up a one-on-one call and go from there. So I just want you all to know that that's there. So that way, when you leave this call, you can know that you can go over there and you can do that on your own time. So to get started, I just kind of want to go through all the team pages, because you were added to a lot of team pages, and I know that again can be overwhelming. So you should have been added to our team coach page, which is where I post all of our information, upcoming groups, things that are coming out every month, just like random things, shout outs. I introduce new coaches in there, and as well as like upcoming trips and things like that. So that is one that all of you should be a part of. The other one is, again, the new coach training, which unless you're already in it, and from this point on, you have the power to choose whether to be in that group based on what you want. So if you want to learn about, how this business works and the income and all that, that's why I send you that email to give you the link, and you can request to join that and be in that group at any time. The other group I have is a business builders group. So that's my leaders, like my people who are earning success club every month, who are trying to grow, a business. That is a group for just them. There's only a couple people in that group right now, where we really just kind of are each other's success partners and hold each other accountable and just share and give feedback on what's working for us and things that we're struggling with, all that jazz. And I believe that's pretty much all the groups that really for our team. And then there's the Dream Team Coach page. So the Dream Team Coach page is like our mothership. It is. So Melanie Mitro, who is a top coach in the all of Beachbody, is actually our upline. So everyone should be a part of that team page. And that honestly is like the most amazing resource ever. For me as a new coach, I pretty much went right off of that. Like, I didn't have direct upline support, so I learned everything I knew from either the trainings and resources in that Dream Team Coach page, YouTube, and YouTube. So that's pretty much how I have built my business, was learning, from the amazing resources that Melanie and in those uplines provide. And there's constantly new trainings coming out. That's where tons of questions are posted. I post questions there all the time. Just anything you could possibly think of, I want you to know that you can always post that in our coach page as well as the Dream Team coach page. Like, that is just as much for you as it is for me. So do not be afraid to ask questions there, etc. So with all that said, I want you to, make sure that you are not getting like bombarded with notifications from those pages. I would much rather that you like mute all that, but that you are intentionally checking in with the group every day, every other day, so that you can stay up to date with things that are going on. So some upcoming things that are going on, like we have a lot of quarterly events. So we have things called Super Saturday, which is coming up again in October 20th, I believe, which is local. So wherever you are, that's where there's a Super Saturday near you, which is where all local coaches come together, depending on the city that you're from or nearest to. It's huge. Like, you'll have superstar trainers come, do a live workout, big guest speakers, top people in the company come and present like trainings and just like about big upcoming things that are happening in the company, like new programs coming out. So like this past July, Leah and I went to Pittsburgh, and Autumn Calabrese did the live workout, and and that's where Melanie Mitro is from. So we were able to like meet a lot of basically the big uplines in our team, which was pretty cool, and go check out a new city. So it was pretty fun. And I've also been to 2 more here in Rochester, where I'm from, which are like much smaller, but still like it's so great to like be able to meet some of these people that you see on social media, and then you're just like, oh my god, you exist, like you're real, and just kind of like build community. It's just really fun. And you'll always hear about like the upcoming Success Club trip. So the Success Club trip is a yearly event. So again, if you are here and you want to work this business, then you obviously the way we measure our growth is by how many people we are helping each month. So if you are helping 3 to 5 people each month, you are hitting Success Club just naturally by doing that. So getting people set up with a challenge, packing them into one of our challenge groups, getting them set up with Shakeology or any of our performance line or beach bars, anything like that, a home direct order of that, you are going to earn Success Club points. So the Success Club trip this year was in Mexico. This upcoming spring, it's a cruise to the Bahamas. So I actually, like an idiot, like do not do this, got that email, the invite, I forget when it was. It must have been early spring to go, that I was invited to the cruise. Did not understand at the time. We were planning for our wedding. I was just like a mess with just like money flying everywhere. And I was like talking to my husband about going on this cruise, and he was like, no. Like, I did not understand the reading of like how it worked. It's a $300 deposit for each of you that go, but the rest of it ends up being paid for, which I didn't quite understand, because it all goes based off of your Success Club points that you earn then throughout the year. So like at this point, I've earned like almost $800 in Success Club points that goes towards like my ticket, basically. Like, so by the time I go on the cruise, everything's paid for, but I didn't quite understand that in the beginning. So I'm like on the wait list again to like go on the cruise, because I'm like, you are an idiot. So anyway, so there's those trips, which, like I said, I started coaching last June. So I started earning Success Club. I think I hit it in July and on. I've hit it every month since then. So I've been earning points to earn my spot, earn an invitation to that trip, but then also I'm earning Success Club points or dollars or whatever they call it, towards that trip. So, so amazing. I think 2 years ago, I forget where they went, but they are always epic, you guys. Like the trips that they go on are insane. And then obviously, and the more you progress in the company, the more you rank advance, the more often you're traveling for trainings and conferences and things like that. Like they're going to Vegas this month for conferences. There's a new leaders conference in, I think, California that's coming up in February. So the qualification period for that, I think, ends in like October, November, or even like later than that, that you're able to earn a spot to that leadership conference. And again, that gets paid for. So it's just insane. Oh, my dog. My dog's going nuts. The other trip is Summit. So Summit is our annual yearly event. That is basically like the Oscars of Beachbody. So it was in Indianapolis this past June, the same weekend of my wedding, which is why I was not there. And last year it was in New Orleans. So again, it's just this huge event where you and your coaches and your team go and you spend the weekend together. Every night's a big presentation party. They obviously you get recognized and walk across the stage and represent your team. Your team gets recognized for, their contribution and how you, and all of the rank advancements get announced, and leaders and presentations. So it's like a 3-4 day event. There's workouts every day from all the super trainers, and parties based off of, again, like successes that you've made throughout the year. You get invited to these certain events and parties. So it's like something that I really wish I was able to attend this year. And so I immediately bought my ticket for next year. So I know 3 of us so far are booked to go, and we have a group going for any more people that decide to come. It's $180 up until January for the ticket. So definitely, if you're serious, if you are going to be here in a year, buy that ticket. Because if you, like, I've heard it and I know it and I've got serious FOMO about it, that Summit will change your life. Because being around that many people that all like have like similar mission and just energy and passion, like, just is insane. And there's always incredibly valuable content there. I have since then watched a lot of training videos from Summit of like presentations that have been done there. So just, you got to go. All right. The last event I wanted to bring up is our team retreat. So I am booking actually tomorrow an Airbnb here in the Finger Lakes, on one of the lakes here, for November 9th through 11th. For all of my leaders on the team. So anybody who rank advances to who's Emerald or above earns a spot to this team retreat. So basically, this is all out of pocket. This is me wanting to basically, celebrate us as a team, to pay you, pay it forward, to pay it back to you, to celebrate you for your accomplishments in helping us grow. I am going to have a photographer there. We are going to be doing some trainings. We'll be doing some, fun things like hiking, or I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't planned it all out. But I purposely planned it to be in wine country so we can go do some wine tastings, and just kind of hang out for the weekend. I'm going to be getting some team swag to give away to you guys. So basically, you just have to earn your spot and get yourself there. Everything else will be paid for by me. So that is a huge incentive if you are looking to jump right in. If you hit Emerald by October, mid-October, I think I did the deadline, then you earn a spot to that. So that is some of like the events that are coming up. The next thing I kind of wanted to talk about is basically, whether or not you want to work this business or not. you need to ask yourself why you're here. You need to ask yourself, why. We've already talked about in our group about why you wanted to make a change in your health and fitness. But when it comes to coaching, it's the same thing. I find that my health and fitness journey, like, I didn't truly become motivated and passionate about my health, like, until I started coaching. It didn't really become full circle for me until I started coaching, because coaching has helped me be that much more accountable. It's helped me look at it from all angles, and being a resource and having other people look up to me and count on me in leading others has only pushed myself to learn more about myself and to grow as a person. So I get asked all the time how I stay so motivated, and it truly is the community. It truly is the team. It's truly, being a coach is what helps me stay so motivated. And I'm constantly seeing that effort that I put in come back to me tenfold, because, this is a lifestyle I preach. I don't just preach that for our challenge groups. It is. It's, health across the lifespan. It's happiness across the lifespan. So in that, the fundamentals of coaching are that, okay? So I encourage you, like, one of our assignments, and I want you to walk away from tonight, is to think about your why. For me, it definitely started with health and wellness. It started with the fact that I just wanted more out of my life. I wanted to feel happier. I wanted to feel more confident. I did not intentionally see myself coaching. I just wanted the discount on the products. And then 3 months later, it turned into the fact that I was miserable at my job, and I couldn't see a future with my job and was panicking. And, and so I saw the income potential with coaching, and the fact that I could still be able to utilize my passion for helping others and wanting to make an impact, but in a way that was going to allow me to be at home, to have flexibility with my future, with my husband, to be able to take the financial burden off him, to be a provider, a contributor, and just not stop the cycle of, like, poor body image that, was cycling in my family. I didn't want to pass that on. I had a lot of mini whys, but my ultimate why was that I wanted freedom. And then, I initially, like, thought maybe I would just drop down from full-time to part-time. And this past spring, in the midst of the craziness that my life has been the last year, right before our wedding, I finally was just like, no, I'm going for it. Like, this is going to be my full-time job. Like, I love this. There's nothing about this that is easy, but it's simple, and it's work that I love doing. So the work that I do at my job has become work to me, whereas this has become like a passion to me. And I just find that it utilizes all my sides, all my creativity. It utilizes my nursing skills, my assessment skills, my empathy, my just everything, my personal skills, like. And then there's other skills that I didn't have that I've had to develop, my team leader skills, my public speaking skills, like, social media, you name it. Like, one thing that I feel like a lot of us come into this with, and what holds people back from the coaching opportunity, is the fact that they see people in it. Like, they look at me now and they don't understand where I started. And they don't see the fact that, all of that all that I'm doing now has been a day, one day after the other of learning and failing forward. Okay. Everything I've done, I've just had to figure out as I go. And nobody comes into this knowing everything. Nobody comes into this super successful. Nobody comes into this with not overwhelmed. Okay. I felt the same way that you did. I was in the same spot that you were right now, and I just didn't even have a clue. And that's why the point of this call is I want to tell you what your immediate action steps are. I want you to know about the potential that you have here. I want you to know like how to get started. Because if I had known that right out the gate, like I feel like I would be much further than I was. But you know, hindsight's 2020. I figured it out on my own and I made it happen, and I'm proud of that. But I, as a leader, know that I want that to be more simple for you guys. I want that to be more like direct. I want that to be more, I want to lead from the front and lead you in the, you know, to your own success. And I don't want you to be like in the dark like that. So where was I going with this? I told you I have such a squirrel brain right now. Terrible. Okay, so how did I do this? Time management piece is a really important thing. So on top of just having the self-doubt of whether or not this is even something for you, something that is possible, how you fit it in to your already crazy busy life is like the next big, you know, hurdle that people have. And I just want to encourage you right now that if this is something that you want to do, if you're already, you know, jumping in and doing this with your health and fitness, that is definitely something that helped me, because I already was starting to do this because that was the only time that I could make it work with my workouts, is utilizing your mornings. Whatever your mornings are, whether you're a night shifter or you're a day shifter, getting up and utilizing that, you know, getting up a little bit earlier than you have to, you know, get in your workout, get in your personal development, and get in that half hour of concentrated coaching time. So coaching time, I mean like reach outs and inviting. So for me, it definitely, like, I work all over the place with my shifts. So on any given day, I'm always waking up like an hour earlier than I need to be. Because one, that's my only time alone all day long, is that time in the morning. And that I'm able to, you know, concentrate on myself. That's when I, you know, am able to have that quiet time to just kind of like pour into myself and read a little bit. I do a little meditation, and I'm able to focus on my business. I'm able to focus on reaching out and inviting. So that way when I go to work, you know, I'm not Coach Amy, I'm Nurse Amy. Okay. That's what I have to do right now. I know that's not forever, but right now I have to be disciplined and put in the time into the activities that are going to serve me and grow my business. So that way I can, you know, wear my many hats and not feel like all over the place. So I encourage you to read The Miracle Morning. It really helped me. It will help you not only just with your health and fitness, but it will help you just own your mornings. That is something that myself and Leah, one of my other coaches, she's also a nurse, have utilized. I know my other coach, Shannon, works kind of all over the place. So she kind of just does what I just said, like whatever shift she's working, she just makes a point to fit in pockets throughout the day. Either she'll wake up a little bit earlier and work her business, or she'll work in pockets. So working in pockets is literally how I built this business. So that hour, you know, broken up throughout the day, hour to 2 hours for me, you know, and like I said, bathroom breaks, lunch breaks, that's how I built this business. So it's totally possible. I definitely have sacrificed some things, like Netflix, like a ton. I used to binge watch Netflix like nobody's business, and just basically. But other than that, I really truly haven't like given up anything that really wasn't worth giving up. You know, I truly can't say that there's anything else that I really had to give up. I've definitely gotten way better with my time management and had to get really concrete and clear about how I'm going to work this business with my spouse. You know, we kind of had to set business hours. So setting business hours for yourself, you know, like committing to mornings, you know, every morning or whatever, like letting him know that, all right, Saturday mornings, I like to get a couple hours of work in because I do work all week. And then, team call nights, letting him know that I have team call night and that I'm going to be away for that hour. Those are all things that you need to communicate and be clear about, because one, it's going to help them take you seriously, and two, it's just going to make your life better and easier because they are going to be on the same page with you and not, be wondering about what you're doing. So there's that. And then the next thing is to know is that your first benchmark is Emerald. So if you do decide to do this, like we talked about, helping 3 to 5 people every month, you're going to hit Success Club. But by also doing that this month, by inviting 3 people and having 2 of those people, those two out of those 3 people is what's going to help you go Emerald. So right now, if you have a spouse, your family member, best friend, whoever, invite them to do this with you. One of the things that I wish that I had done right away is sign Nate up, but he was a huge skeptic. So he actually was like the 4th person I signed up on, or 4th or something person I signed up. But I signed up my mom and I signed up my best friend. So I will post this call in the new coach training group, and I encourage you to watch it. It explains the importance of why you need to sign up your spouse as soon as possible, because down the line, it will be how you are able to basically double dip and earn more income, because technically you're going to have 2 incomes coming into the same household. And it's just super powerful, and something I wish that I had realized, again, someone had told me before, because I would have pushed it further. I would have come clean and come forward to Nate about my goals and my why and what my vision was for this business in order to get him on board. And unfortunately, I just didn't do that soon enough. So again, I encourage you to just communicate with your spouse. Communicate whoever it is in your life that, like, if you do see that vision, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, because they're not going to know unless you tell them. They're not going to get it unless you include it and let them know what's in it for them. I had to make it clear to him that this wasn't just about me. Putting in this extra time for this wasn't just for me, it was for us. We both want me to be able to be at home full time. We both want him to not have to work so many extra hours. We both want, to give our kids a better life than what we had, So it's not just about me. It's a we thing, just like our team is not a me thing. It's a we thing. We can't grow as a team without all of us banding together and trying to help other people. So let them know, and just kind of, bring them, and if you can bring them in, sign them on as a coach right off the bat. Right now, my mom I control her business center. She's a coach on my left leg, and Nate is a coach on my right leg. Nate, he shares the Beachbody with me, but we buy our Shakeology through me, and we buy our beach bars through him. And we also, one of us buys the Energize. We both use Energize. So we are both able to be active, and I'm able to build up underneath him. So he is what helped me go Diamond, and so is my mom. So they both helped me go Emerald, and then they both helped me go Diamond. So same thing with my mom. My mom drinks Shakeology. So she uses Beachbody On Demand, drinks Shakeology, and I build coaches underneath her, and she keeps her own commission, and I just basically am able to control those 2 business centers. So that way I'm just not leaving it all up to chance of other coaches when people decide to coach, because it definitely is something that you have to decide to do. I can't make you be successful. You have to want to be successful and be a seeker of information and be actively trying to do this. But with that said, like, if you want to run and if you want to build this business, then I'm going to be running with you. I think the other fear is that when people come on and as challengers initially, right at the gate, they fear that if they become a coach, they no longer will have me as a coach. And that's so not true. That is so not true. Like, you will have me even more so like in your life if you were to coach, because like we are going to be in that much more contact, and like, just understand, just trust me. That's not the case. Yeah, like I said, we become even closer if you decide to do that, because like I said, I'm running with you. We talk about everything under the sun. My coaches and I, like, we just like are basically doing life together that much more. And so we talk about fitness, we talk about business, we talk about everything. And so it's really just amazing. It's honestly like such a blessing, because for me, I don't know about you guys, but like, I think I'm 29 now. Even just like between college and work and life, like, I find that the more I've grown as a person, the more I've drifted from people I thought were my really good friends. And the more I've become like who I want to be, I find that coaching is bringing these people into my life that really understand me and that we really share similar passions and outlooks and just goals. So I really feel like I'm surrounding myself with my tribe. And I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. So it's just really exciting. And I just want you to understand that, yes, it's overwhelming. It's a lot of information, but take it day by day, take it step by step. Walk away from this call, think about what you want. What do you really want? If this completely doesn't sound at all like anything you want to do, that's totally fine. Being a discount coach is absolutely fine. That's how I signed up, just for the discount. You do not need to cancel your membership if you don't want to coach. There's no obligation literally to coach. But just know that if you do, that I am here to mentor you. I'm here to guide you, that there is an abundance of resources here, like, that I'm going to be there with you every step of the way, and that there's so much more to gain than there is to overcome. And I say overcome because you definitely have to overcome fears. No matter what you want, whether it's just your health and fitness, we all have personal fears and self-doubt that we have to overcome in order to get better and to reach our goals health and fitness wise. And it directly mirrors over into coaching. The better you get, and more in tune you get with yourself, the more that's naturally going to flow over to your coaching. And that's why I love the essence of what we are as coaches, because our journey is always first and foremost. If we focus on ourselves, everything else will fall into place. The 4 vital behaviors is the last thing I'll touch on. The first is being a product of the product. So if we are taking care of ourselves and we are doing personal development, doing our workouts, focusing on our nutrition, just making it work, we are showing people how, yes, life sucks sometimes. Life is crazy. We all have full-time jobs. We all have tragedies. We all have, shitty days and stress and anxiety and all these other things. But that doesn't mean life stops. Today might not be a perfect day, but I'm going to find the good in today and I'm going to make the most of it because I can. And that's my job that's my obligation to myself. You can't pour into others. You can't be a good mom, a good wife, a good nurse, a good anything if you are just not stewing in your own unhappiness, So being a product of the product and inviting people to this opportunity. If I hadn't been invited to this, I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't be here. Like, if I talked to you, Kelsey, about it. Like, I did Insanity on my own years ago, but I had no freaking clue about Beachbody and challenge groups and coaching. Like, I had no clue. And I was just like flailing out there on my own, trying to, find a home workout and community, just like trying to find this happiness that I wanted, but I didn't know how to get it. And I didn't know what I was missing. And then, I was invited to this. And again, I had no freaking clue what I was getting myself into. I just had like a feeling like that I saw this happiness that I wanted, and I felt like I needed something. I needed hope, and it gave me hope, and I went for it, and I went, and it changed my life. I have paid off over half my credit card debt. I looked at my income progression today. I was just talking to somebody about this. My income progression this month compared to last year is like, it's like 5 times what it was last year, which is insane to me because it's like the way I think about this is like every day is a pebble in your pile. Right now is day 1. You are at the foundation of your journey, wherever it is. And every day forward from here, as long as you do these 4 vital behaviors, it's a pebble in your pile. It's you putting a pebble on your way, in that pile that's building your freaking mountain. It's just like when you are hiking a mountain. I was just talking to Shannon about this yesterday on our hike because it was, oh my God, it's all uphill. It's crazy. It's the same thing. You're hiking up a mountain. You're so focused on getting to the top. You never look back. But then if you do look back, even quarter way up or halfway up, like the view is freaking amazing, but you're so focused on getting to the top that you never noticed it. And it's not until we look back that we see how far we've come. And that's kind of how this business is like every day, if you do these things, if you focus on you, and you reach and you share and you invite, you're putting a pebble in that pile. You're building a business, you're building your dreams, but you don't see it necessarily. Like, it's just like with our fitness. Like if you look in the mirror every single day, you're not going to notice a change. But if you take a picture day 1 and then a picture day 30 and you put them side by side, you're going to notice a difference. But you can't, that's where the growth comes in. That's why personal development is so hard and so important. And that's, that's the third vital behavior is personal development. And I think that was honestly the missing key for me. And it's the missing key for your fitness. It's the missing key for coaching. And we talk about it. There's personal development and professional development. So personal development is definitely like the miracle morning. That's going to help you no matter what. That's going to help you just like own your mornings, own your day, and help you get in that mindset of like, all right, first thing I need to do when I wake up is focus on me. Okay. But another really good book I would say is Mastering Your Mean Girl is really good. This is definitely going to just help with self-doubt and self-love. Like, she's Australian, so if you have Audible has been a game changer for me because, like I said, sometimes in those mornings, like I'm running on shorter time than other times. So listening on my commute, listening to books has been amazing. I love to read, but if I don't have time, it's just so much, easier for me to just like listen to things on the go. I love Audible, I love YouTube, and I love podcasts. And I can always share with you a couple of my favorite podcasts too. Get Over Your Damn Self is a really good professional development book, especially in the beginning, because it talks about basically like getting over your fear of sharing and getting over your fear of inviting. And it comes from like a network marketer's perspective. So that's super helpful. And then I also really loved the 4 Agreements because I'm really big into, like I said, the self-love piece because that's what I struggled with the most. And it really just kind of helped me kind of get over that feeling like I wasn't worth it. Like just understanding that it's not selfish to focus on you. And it was really like kind of just like a huge wake up call to me because that's what I've done like my whole life is focus on other people. And once I started to make that shift, it's like slowly things just started to like fall into place and really like gel with each other. So those are some of my big tips. And then recognition. So recognition happens naturally. One of your first milestones would be to run a challenge group. That's where we as coaches really make our impact. Other than the one-on-one, like obviously we invite these people into this community, to this opportunity, this gift. But where are we making the real impact is in the challenge group. Because that's where we're working day in, day out with them. That's where we're checking in with them one-on-one weekly. And, but in the challenge group is where we're, as coaches, able to bring forth what has helped us, our knowledge, our, just our uniqueness. Like, we're able to just pour that into our people and recognize them for how far they're coming, the strides that they're making, their non-scale victories, their, just recognizing them for the fact that they got here, they were making changes every day towards a better and happier version of themselves, and shouting them out for it. And we do that in the coach page. I do that as often as I possibly can every day. Anytime somebody's just doing something awesome and amazing, or just stepping out of their comfort zone, I like to shout them out. I like to recognize our new coaches, our new members, and I use apps like Canva. Canva is how I make all my little graphics. Word Swag's another thing I use. And I use Color Story to edit my pictures. So I will, obviously, I talk about more of that in the new coach training. Individual units, will tell you all of that stuff, all my favorite apps and things I use. So I know this is a lot of information, but I do hope it helped kind of break down some stuff for you. And I hope that you will walk away from this call just, again, thinking about your why, thinking about what you want. And if you do want this, if you want to be a part, a bigger part of this team, if you really want, to, earn your products or earn an income, to help other people, to just have more fulfillment in your life and in your own journey, and you want to go for this, then just know, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to let me know. But I also want you to know that you can jump right in and start with that training, and fill out that, go back to that email and fill out that coach form. Because in that coach form, it's going to ask you about your why, and I'm going to really be able to get to hear from you about your goals and things like that. So that will really help me. And then once you go through that training, we'll set up a one-on-one call and break down your goals and your questions, and we'll develop an action plan for how to get started and just kind of get you on the ground running. Okay. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope, what's my time? I hope it wasn't forever. But I really, really appreciate you guys, and I hope that you learned some stuff, and I hope it wasn't too overwhelming for you, but I hope you all have a good night, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye.